Unless you guys live under a rock, I'm pretty confident that you've heard that the Apollo INTENSA EMOZIONE R&D has started. Now, this car has brought a lot of hype, as it is the Class S king of Asphalt 8, or pretty much the king of the entire game, which is huge news because the previous king, the Aston Martin Vulcan, was already considered a very broken and powerful car. To have an even better vehicle added into the game is kinda crazy. In addition, the Aston Martin Vulcan could only be won in a multiplayer season, where the top 100 people were given the car. And as you know, the top 100 people, many of them are hackers that just want the cars in Elite League, so very few people managed to win the car. After that multiplayer season, it was on sale for about 13,000 tokens, which is really expensive and not that worth it for regular people like me. But I still got it anyway. So when the Aston Martin Vulcan came out, many people were upset that they didn't get their shot to win the car, cause it never appeared in any events. It was just that really high token price. So now that we have the Apollo INTENSA EMOZIONE R&D, many people just really want to win this vehicle, because to get a chance just to win a king of the game means a lot to people. Which is why today, I will go over tips and advice on how to win this R&D in a more easier way, and I will hopefully provide information that you will, use to your advantage. Let's get started. The first thing I really think we should talk about is the upgrades. If you didn't know, this car is the most expensive car to upgrade in Asphalt 8. I mean, sure, we can take a look at the pro kits first. This car requires 2.2 million credits to only pro. That's nuts. In addition, for proing, it needs 27 cards of each Class S part, 56 mid-tech cards, 28 advanced tech cards, and 48 V12 engine cards. A lot of those things are items that people really don't have. And if you thought that was bad, the real issue is the max upgrades. Not only does it cost 1.56 million credits to upgrade, you also need around 13.7k mandatory tokens. I can repeat myself if you didn't get that completely. This car needs 13,700 tokens to fully max out, along with an additional 1.5 million credits to max out. You're looking at over 3.6 million credits and 14,000 tokens to upgrade this car completely, which is nuts. And I guess that's a perfect stopping point for me to advertise another one of my videos. In about 20 seconds, one of the best stunts that ever occurred to me occurred with this footage right here. I'm not going to show you that footage right now. You guys should take a look at my last video I made, because that is the stunt that occurred. It is incredible, okay? So please check that out. Anyways, I'm so sorry about that. Let's get back on track. Now, many of you may be thinking, well, how do I win such an expensive vehicle to upgrade? Now, here's the thing. There's two parts to this answer. The first one. Surprisingly, this R&D does not need you to upgrade this car too much in order to win the final challenge. I say surprisingly because I thought this would be similar to the Aris AF10 R&D, where the final challenge, even with all your boosters and completely max pro'd out, it was still really hard to win. This car, on the other hand, has been won by many individuals with a pretty low tuning of max 0505, pro 5050. And this is also a great multiplayer tuning for this car. So if you win the car at that rank, you will have a fantastic, one of the best multiplayer cars in the game. Don't worry, I'm definitely going to get back to more of this upgrade aspect in this tuning, but I'm going to get onto my second part I was talking about. The second part is the free upgrades given in this event. Now, I know R&Ds are considered one of the hardest events in Asphalt 8. The thing is, they do give a bunch of free upgrades. In this event, we're given 4. The upgrades are given after Challenge 3, 9, 19, and 27. With these free upgrades, I highly recommend that you use them for the token upgrades of this car. As I mentioned before, one of the lowest tunings possible to win this car is Max 0505 Pro 5050. So let me pull up the upgrade chart right here. As you can see here, well actually, sorta see, the text is kinda small, I'm sorry. I should have zoomed in or something. Well, as I can see in this chart, for top speed, levels 2 to 3 require a token upgrade, and levels 4 to 5 require a token upgrade. In addition, for Nitro, once again, levels 2 to 3 require a token upgrade, and levels 4 to 5 require a token upgrade. That's perfect. That's 4 token upgrades, and you get 4 free upgrades, so use those 4 free upgrades on the token upgrades. This is where you need a lot of preparation. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, for example, since the first free upgrade given is on Challenge 3, once you finish Challenge 3, you're given that upgrade, which means you need to be at level 2 top speed before you finish that challenge. So when you finish that challenge, you get your free upgrade. You can then upgrade the top speed from 2 to 3, covering the tokens with your free upgrade. Since the second free upgrade is given at Challenge 9, you need to make sure that you've upgraded your top speed to level 4. So since that next upgrade is over 3,000 tokens, you can use the Challenge 9 free upgrade to cover that too. You have to be ready, you have to be prepared for what's about to happen so you don't miss your chance of getting a free pass on the token upgrades. By the time Challenge 19 rolls around, make sure your nitrous is at level 2, so it covers the levels 2 to 3 upgrade that costs tokens. And then finally, when Challenge 27 rolls around, make sure your nitrous is upgraded to level 4. So from level 4 to 5, you get your free upgrade, and all the tokens are covered.
Hey Aris, what if I want to upgrade the acceleration and the handling for max upgrades?
Then you would be a fool. Let me try to explain that a little bit. For example, the handling and drifting. This car is already fantastic with its handling and drifting, without any max upgrades. So all you'd be doing is spending your precious credits and tokens on these handling upgrades. And keep in mind, by now you're already at 0505, so you've used all your free upgrades. Any token upgrades that occur in handling, you'll have to spend your precious tokens, so please don't upgrade handling. Acceleration, on the other hand, that's a little bit different. I mean, sure, you could upgrade your acceleration by a little bit if it helps you, but in my opinion, unless you really need it, don't do that, because that's just spending more money. I guess the next big question is the Pro Kits. As I said before, the Pro Kits are crazy expensive to fully upgrade. They're 2.7 million credits, so instead of doing that, I recommended the tuning of 5050 for Pro Kits, which means you upgrade only tires and drivetrain. But which one do you upgrade first? That's pretty easy. Just take a look. If you upgrade tires, you're improving the handling and the top speed. The top speed, that's important, but the handling is not. Meanwhile, the drivetrain is improving your acceleration and your top speed. Top speed, once again, crazy important. Acceleration, not the most important, but definitely more important than the handling. So you should definitely upgrade your drivetrain first, and then the tires. With this tuning, and assuming that we used our 4 free upgrades for the token upgrades, all we need, well, not all we need, it's still pretty expensive. For our max upgrades, we need 1,004,500 credits, and for Pro Kits, we need 1,075,450 credits. That brings a total of a little over 2 million credits. That's still pretty expensive, but it's a lot better than our previous estimates of max proing this car. Here's another piece of advice. Since the final AI, which is Challenge 60, is on the map of Venice, and just to clarify, not Venice Reverse, just the regular Venice track, you should probably practice a little bit on the Venice track itself and get a feel for when to turn, when to, do all sorts of stuff. Just basically master that track with several different cars, so when you're doing that final AI, you know what to do, how the map goes, and you can win easily. Another piece of advice is that the hardest thing about this event, Well, first off, the upgrades, but aside from that, it's the flawless races. If you don't know what flawless means, I'll tell you anyway. Flawless means you cannot crash your car a single time or you're disqualified from that race. And many challenges are flawless on labs 3 and 4 for this R&D. A suggestion is for Windows players, turn down your graphics to low, because at low graphics, there's no traffic, there's no cars you can accidentally slam into, and you will have a smaller chance of wrecking. For people not using Windows, you can't turn the graphics on low, so just be very aware of what's going on for those flawless races. Don't be like multitasking and doing your homework while playing or watching a movie while you're playing. Stay focused on the flawless races, because one slip, you're done with that race, and you have to reuse your keys, and it's really annoying. So be very careful with the flawless races. My next tip is actually pretty obvious if you know how an R&D works, but if you don't, this will be really helpful. An R&D gives you 3 keys. The only way you get all 3 keys back over and over again is by using all the keys. You can't leave one, because if you leave one key, it won't refresh and give you more keys. I'm saying keys a lot in these couple of sentences, but hopefully you understand that. You have to use all 3 of your keys before the keys can refresh after like 3 or 4 hours. If you don't finish your keys, you don't get more keys. You can't use your keys to win the car. Oh my god, that's so many keys in one sentence. My next tip is about the AIs. Surprisingly, the AIs in this event are not that stupid. They actually finish the race pretty quickly. So if you slow down on purpose or wreck accidentally, you could definitely fail the challenges, considering how many challenges require you to get first place. So be really careful. In addition, sometimes you may be tempted to take the long route on tracks in order to get more of those quality checks. Sometimes this may not be the best idea, because if you take the longer route, most of the AIs will take the shorter route, and since these AIs aren't that dumb, they will probably pass you, and your main goal of getting first place may not be achieved. So it's not always great to take the longest routes to get the most quality checks. Sometimes taking the shortest route with few quality checks is actually a pretty good idea. My last piece of advice is actually pretty important, so listen up. Basically, for every R&D race, you have your secondary missions that give you an extra few quality checks. I always forget to take a look at what I need to complete for my secondary goals in order to get those extra quality checks. And these secondary goals, they can give you a lot of checks when it matters the most. So for every race that you do in this R&D, just pause and make sure that you're completing your goals, especially the main goal, because if you don't complete the main goal, you don't get the rest of your quality checks. That's how it works. Main goal is the most important. Secondary goals are also pretty important if you want to finish challenges faster. That is all for this video today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. Can we get 500 likes? I don't think so, but I hope so. See, I'm optimistic. Anyways, if you don't like this video, you might want to subscribe or check out my YouTube social media. I have a YouTube Instagram @theofficialaxis and a Google Plus community called Cheese God Army. Links will be in the description if you want to check those out. Thanks so much for listening. It took me a long time to make this video, so I really do hope you sort of enjoyed. If you couldn't tell, I was using a microphone, a new microphone actually. It's the Blue Yeti. It's 120 bucks. I think it was worth my money. This is closer to my actual voice, so hope you guys enjoy my actual voice. Alright, see you guys later. Bye-bye.